I used to think that I was the most unfortunate person ever because of the fact that I was not born with the features that society considered to be beautiful. According to them, I was ugly. I had an unusually large nose. It was huge, and my jawline was irregular. And let's not even begin to talk about my skin. It was filled with acne scars. But before we move on, like this video, hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell, and all your wishes will come true in 2021. Trust me, it works. Because of that, I had been bullied my whole life, from junior through high school, continuously. Even outside of school, people would laugh at me because of my looks. They would make mean comments about me without even bothering to care how that would make me feel. "Thank God I don't look like her," they said and laughed aloud, which literally broke my spirit. Because of all that, my self-esteem level was below zero, and I couldn't even bring myself to look in the mirror. Neither could I go out. I just stayed inside my room, reading about the fairy tales where a girl magically turns beautiful. Coming to my dating life, it was almost non-existent. First of all, there was no chance of anyone approaching me face to face, obviously because of how I looked. Who would even notice a girl like me when there are other beautiful girls around? So I had to resort to online dating because of that. I had set up a couple of accounts on various dating sites using heavily edited pictures. I know catfishing is not good, but what choice did I have? My online dating life was great. I chatted with guys till late at night, and they too were all sweet and nice until we met up. Immediately after they saw me, some either ran away saying, "You are not the girl I was looking for," while some stayed for the date, only to ghost me later. After all those incidents, I had stopped online dating as well. I was at the point of my life where I just couldn't take the hurt and the humiliation anymore. Hence, life was going on with me in my room and all the fairy tale books. One day, I was at my aunt's house for my cousin's birthday party. I was in the kitchen helping her prepare snacks when she suddenly mentioned something. "Ashley, have you ever thought about getting plastic surgery?" she asked. "Well, Auntie, I have thought about it, but seems quite scary to me. Besides, it costs a lot of money, and I don't have it," I replied. When I was done saying that, my aunt immediately left what she was doing and put all her focus on talking to me. "Listen to me carefully," she said, and proceeded to talk about a plastic surgeon who opted for minimal surgery and relied more on magic. "She'll change your life," she added. "I don't know, I'm not sure about it," I replied, being a little hesitant, because I honestly thought it sounded scary. "Oh, don't worry about finances, sweetie. I'll take care of it. It'll be like Cinderella and the fairy godmother," she said. And if she was paying for it, and there was a chance of me looking beautiful, I thought it wouldn't hurt to try. So I agreed to go and try it out. The next day, my aunt and I drove to the surgeon's clinic. I was a little nervous and worried about what was going to happen. When we finally reached the clinic, I was kind of confused because the place looked nothing like you'd find a doctor there. As we went inside, I felt as if someone performed some kind of voodoo there. I started getting a little scared and I walked in looking around. "Hello." We were greeted by two voices all of a sudden, which startled me. There were two women with long white hair standing in front of us. They looked exactly alike, so I thought they must be twin sisters. "I am Liba, and I am a plastic surgeon," one of the sisters said. "And I am Wicca. I am a spiritual magician," the other said. "And we are going to make you the most beautiful girl in the world." They both said in perfect harmony, as if they were performing in a musical. They also took a close look at my face, one by one. "You come to the right place. You just need minimal surgery and a lot of magic," Liba said, and I don't know why, but they sounded really convincing to me, so I agreed to go with it. Then they took my aunt to the payment counter where she paid for their weird procedure and told us to visit after a few days. The days passed quickly, and in no time, I was in the surgery bed of the sisters. Yes, no hospital, no nurses. Sketchy, right? But it didn't seem like it to me at the time because I was blinded by the thought of looking beautiful. The twins then surrounded me, and a Wicca lit some incense. It had a sweet aroma which slowly put me to sleep. while Libba arranged all the surgery equipment on the other side of the bed, and suddenly it was all dark. I have no clue what happened after that. Maybe they performed some kind of magic ritual? Maybe they performed actual surgery. I don't know. The only thing I remember is the next morning when I woke up. Surprisingly, I didn't have any bandages on like I had seen in a few surgery videos and documentaries. Right then, Wicca and Libba entered the room. "Look, she's awake!" Wicca screamed and ran to pick up a mirror on the table. She brought it to the bed and showed it to me. And honestly, I was shocked. It was a miracle because my acne scars were all poof. They were gone. My nose was cute and perfect. So was my jawline. For a moment, I couldn't even believe that the girl in the mirror was me. But it was. I was finally beautiful, and all that happened overnight. I was so happy that I hugged Wicca and Libba. "Thank you so much. You guys are my fairy godmothers," I said, almost crying, and kept on thanking them over and over. Shortly after that, my aunt was there to pick me up, and she was as shocked as me. She didn't even recognize me at first. And then when the sisters told her it was me, she just went speechless. Then I was ready to go out in the world like a newly formed butterfly. But suddenly, Libba stopped me. "There's something we forgot to tell you. Something important you should keep in mind," she said. "We used heavy magic in making you look this way. Because of that, there is a side effect," Wicca added. I was confused and a little worried, so I listened to them more carefully. While Wicca continued speaking, "There's one thing you cannot do. Otherwise, everything will be ruined." "What's that?" I asked, all sweating now because I was scared. "You cannot, in any circumstances, kiss any boy. It will seriously ruin everything for you," she replied. As they explained everything to me, I honestly felt like I made a deal with the devil. But being beautiful and not having to worry about my looks was all worth it, in my opinion. After that, life was all good for me. I finally got the confidence to open up social media accounts, and with just a few pictures and content, I started getting a flood of followers. Slowly, I also regained my confidence to go outside and have fun. I got compliments from girls wherever I went. "You're so pretty. Your skin, it's flawless. What's your skincare secrets?" Were just a few of the repetitive ones. At the time, I was also getting a lot of male attention. Well, better late than never, right? All of those things made me so joyful, but I was still restraining myself from going on dates because of what the twins said. I was a pessimistic person, so I was worried that if I kissed a boy, I might magically turn back to not being beautiful anymore, like some curse. However, that state didn't last long because as time passed, there were guys in line waiting to date me. I had to stop restraining myself. I mean, what's the use of all that beauty if I don't even get to date guys? After realizing that, I started going on dates with guys every other night because why not? You heard me right. A date with a new guy every other night. Still, I had set my own limits. I was only dating a guy 2 times at most, because anything more than that would require more affection, like kissing, which was a big no-no for me. I couldn't do that at any cost, so I would just ditch them after 2 dates. I was the one ghosting people now. However, I was not happy about it at times because there were some nice guys among the ones I dated. I even felt mad that despite being beautiful, I couldn't get close to any of them. But then, I met a guy. One day I was sitting at a cafe enjoying my coffee and donut when suddenly a guy approached me. "Hi, I'm Toby. You're beautiful," he said, and I let him sit down to talk. He was very handsome and made me laugh a lot. Honestly, he was like the man of my dreams. So we instantly hit it off. I started going on dates with him, and hear me out. He was the only guy with whom I went on 2 dates. I was very fond of him because he always made sure I had a good time. It was never a dull moment being around him. Even our friends agreed on what a good couple we made. "You look great together. Your chemistry is sensational," they said when we bumped into them occasionally, and I was very happy. But still, I couldn't kiss him, no matter how much I wanted to. I feared I would go back to my ugly self and Toby would leave me. He was cool with it though and never complained about it, but my urge to kiss him was only growing. One day, he surprised me with a dinner date all of a sudden. It was so romantic. and the meal was fancy too. After that, we went for a walk on the beach as the sun set on the horizon. There, he took something out from his shirt pocket and gave it to me. It was a promise ring. I was so happy that I was crying. At that moment, I couldn't hold it in anymore and resist it, so I just went on and kissed him. Yes, I did that, and for some time, everything was okay. But the next morning, the acne scar, the big nose, and all the bad features were all back. Just not on my face, but Toby's. He came crying to me that morning, telling me how he woke up looking like that. I immediately understood that it was the side effect the sisters had talked about. It'll be all right, I told him, and thought the twins might have a solution for the problem for sure. So I drove him there immediately. However, when I reached there, I was disappointed because the place was locked up. There were no signs of them being there. Without wasting any time, I drove directly to my aunt's. "Auntie, where are the twins?" I asked her, and what she told me was horrible. She told me they had fled because the police were onto them for some unpublicized reasons. Toby still had no idea what was going on, but after hearing what my aunt said, he demanded to know what was going on. So I just told him about my story and of me becoming beautiful and the side effects. "No matter what happens, I still like you," I told Toby, trying to console him, but he turned red and got very angry. "You transferred your bad looks to me. I don't want to see you ever again," he screamed and stormed out. Ever since, I haven't spoken to Toby till this day, but I also haven't dated anyone else. And I am still looking for the middle-aged, white-haired twins Wicca and Libba till today. Because as Libba, my plastic surgeon, had said, the one side effect ruined everything for me. And I want to fix it. Thanks for watching. Do you believe in magic? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos on the channel.